Ladies and gentlemen, I went to the zoo today. That's how I choose to start this video. That is the way I'm going to start talking about this because it gives you a sort of glimpse into what I'm feeling right now. Because I went to the zoo, I was outside, it was sunny, it was beautiful, but I pulled a wagon with my kids in it. So I sat down on my chair like a few hours ago and I was just like, I was tired, I wanted to sit down and zone out. And so I started working on a video that I recorded with this guy, and I was editing it, and then I realized, oh, my phone's blowing up. So I looked at my phone, and there was just this long stream of conversation in several of the group chats that I'm in. And I looked at what they were talking about, and now I'm super energized and hyped because I'm so excited that we finally have pictures and images, and it's way better than what I thought we would get. If you're not sure what we're talking about, today we're talking about the Classic Battles starter set for Flesh and Blood that's actually coming out in a couple of months, and it looks really incredible, and it is perfectly timed because I was going to talk about a video, or I was gonna make a video tonight about Flesh and Blood and the future of where this game is going, and how I think there have been some hints already with the way that they've designed certain things. And now we just talk about it because we get to talk about this. This is so cool. So let's go ahead and talk about it. First of all, I want to say this. We kind of knew about the possibility of there being like this starter set, Dorinthia and Rhinar, because I think like a week ago, Louis from Kitchen Table TCG posted that. He posted a screenshot of, or a photo he took of the ICV2 article within the magazine itself talking about Flesh and Blood Classic Battles Rhinar versus Dorinthia. And this is really exciting in and of itself because it talks about there being a release date of April 2022, which is very close. Talked about this idea of it's designed for new players to pick up and play these two 40-card blitz decks against each other. You've got Rhinar, which we knew. You've got Dorinthia, which we knew. These characters we are already very familiar with, have been around since the very beginning of the game. It does say some interesting things like, all of the heroes, both hero cards, are going to be cold foil. Same with the weapons. The rainbow foil equipment is certainly interesting and nice. And then this part's crazy. Well, there's a quick start playmat. That's not crazy, but there's a 48-page possible illustrated lore booklet that's going to be included in the box itself, which is something that people have been asking for forever since the lore book itself kind of became a thing. And all of that in one package seems really cool, right? Seems really cool. Well, oh my god, it's way better than we all thought, because look at the actual art and look at the implications of this box. This was posted on PhD like a few hours ago, and I should have checked my phone earlier because I could have put this video out earlier. That art and box look amazing. There was this interview that James White did a few months back, and he talked about how in general Flesh and Blood aims more towards like the conservative box displays, and they don't do like these giant like cardboard pop-ups and things that are like really kind of wasteful in a way but grab your attention. But he said that they were going to be doing something a little bit more on that spectrum coming out very soon this year. I think this is what he was referring to. That looks incredible, and there is a close-up shot of it. Look at that box. Holy crap, that looks so cool. I love that there's like this fold in the center, and it looks sort of like this book that you're opening, to learn about the story of the fight between these two characters, which Dorinthia does have storyline and lore already tied to the Savage Lands, and where, she goes and tries to rescue some of her fellow knights and Templar in this large battle with the Broods in the Savage Land. But I don't remember Rhinar being mentioned in that. Maybe I missed that spot, or maybe they're telling a new story, one that is going to be discovered in this product. Either way, whether it's talking about the story that we already know or a brand new story, take note of the fact that we have two new pieces of art for both of those heroes. When I read the first article, when I read this screenshot, I thought to myself, cool, we're going to get cold foil heroes and weapons. Maybe they're just sort of reprints of cold foils we already have of Dawnblade and Dorinthia and Rhinar and Romping Club, that sort of stuff, right? But new art and what we're about to look at imply that's not the case, and instead the cold foils in this will be more exclusive than they would be. Now, of course, these are going to be printed to oblivion, as they should be, because this is a new player product designed for new players to collect and get into the game, and it's not really about just buying up like 40 of these to have 40 cold foil versions of like Dorinthia, but you will feel a little bit more exclusive having a cold foil version of this Dorinthia, because it's a brand new freaking Dorinthia. It's not the same Dorinthia. This is Dorinthia Quicksilver Prodigy, and this implies that we're never going to see this version of Dorinthia printed in like an adult version, because this is Warrior Hero Young, and it has a subtitle. It's a 4 intellect, 20 health. Again, that would be horrible if it was a 4 health, 20 intellect, or maybe it wouldn't, I don't know. Either way, it's a young hero, it's Dorinthia, but it's in a brand new light, a way we've never seen her before, and an ability that reads, the first time Dawnblade Resplendent gains go again each turn, you may attack an additional time with it this turn. So it's literally a version of Dorinthia designed around a new weapon, Dawnblade Resplendent. That is incredibly interesting, because it means that this hero, printed in cold foil, will probably only ever be printed in this starter set, and the weapon as well, and they work together in concert, designed, perhaps the entire deck designed to work with this version of Dorinthia. And that is so interesting. By the way, at the very bottom, you can see the sub, like the set type is DVR. I think that's what I make out there, DVR, which is funny because it looks kind of like it would be EVR, like printed in Everfest, but it's DVR, and it's standing for Dorinthia versus Rhinar. And this is not going to be the only starter set that they release like this, so you're going to see, I would imagine, a lot more you know, hero versus hero starter sets released going forward, but at least this is the one we have very first. Also, they put this card right behind it, which looks like a Dorinthia specialization, and it's glisten something, I don't know, but it's definitely involving the weapon, and it is in action, as we can tell here, most likely because it has Go Again printed on it. Either way, this is an incredible looking product that PhD spoiled, or I guess put an article out on today. So let me pull up the PhD page, because it actually has a little bit more information for us about the product itself. So here's the PhD article, and you can find this on their website, and it says, designed to welcome new players to the world of Flesh and Blood, classic battles, Rhinar vs. Dorinthia, includes a lot of the same things that we mentioned in that ICV2 article. A 40-card deck, cold foil heroes and weapons, rainbow foil equipment, full art mentors, though, is very interesting, because I'll just go out and say it. We already have mentors in the game, but the mentor for Brute doesn't make much sense for Rhinar, because the mentor for Brute is Lady Barthamont, which makes a ton of sense for Levia, because Lady Barthamont's part of Levia's story, but it makes no sense for Rhinar, who's in Savage Lands, far away, and already an adult when Levia's thing kind of plays out. And so that means we may get 2 brand new mentors in full art for this starter set, which is great for the implications of playing those in Blitz in general, but also it's just going to probably make this really cool, a really fun experience. And of course, they talk about the 48-page illustrated lore book, which is going to be amazing. Just imagine collecting all the little booklets, all the 48-page booklets, if they release more of these starter sets, and then just having those on a shelf and pulling them out and reading them like a story. I think that's going to be really cool. The price point, there's been a lot of people talking about what this would be priced at when they looked at the ICV2 article, and the price point based on this screenshot right here, or this post on PhD, is going to hover around the $50 range. I was guessing more in the $40 range, something like 40 bucks seems like an easy just pick up and drop the cash on it and play it. This is aiming for $50, and there is understandably some sort of additional products in here outside of just like 2 decks to really warrant that price point, like all of these extra things that they've talked about, and particularly the lore booklet. If it's anything like the lore book, we know it's going to be a slam dunk lore booklet, and so this is the price point, and I think that's fair for that. I think they could also release a version of this where they just do the decks and some, like you know, some of the quick start playmat, maybe like a tiny rule book like they did in those classic constructed decks, and release that for cheaper. But I like the idea of them going for like 50 bucks, you get 2 fully functional decks, and perhaps even fully functional a brand new way that could be immediately meta viable, and all this other crazy stuff. And this is interesting. It says they're releasing this May 27th, whereas when we look at the ICV2 article prior, it said April 2022. So I'm not sure if they changed the date and this just has the updated date, or if there was a mistake. If there was a mistake, then it could imply that the April date is reflecting a different product, and this is the date for Rhinar versus Dorinthia. And again, I do think that on the FabTCG website, they've shown all these little squares for upcoming releases this year. I think several of those squares are going to be other starter sets like down the pipeline. So there's not just going to be, if you don't like these 2 heroes, the look of these 2, there's going to be an option for you to pick up starter sets for a variety of heroes. Maybe we see a starter set for Mechanologist versus like, Dash versus Azalea. That would be very interesting. Put down in the comments, which 2 heroes do you want to see going toe-to-toe in a starter set like this with brand new hero abilities, brand new weapons, perhaps? I feel like I would really enjoy I'm just going to say Wizard. Let's be honest. I'm just going to say Wizard. I would really enjoy, besides Wizard, I would enjoy like a Mechanologist versus like Azalea, like an Assassin versus a high-profile target like Dash, who's the daughter of a famous inventor. I think that'd be really cool. There could be some really interesting story implications. But this product, in my opinion, and this is what the crux of this video, in my opinion, and how I feel about the product, this product is the starting point for Flesh and Blood 2.0, and I'll tell you why. And let me close this. I just want to put this screen on there. This product, to me, is the starting point for Flesh and Blood because of exactly this. And it's something that we haven't seen for the first time here. We actually saw it with Bravo Star of the Show, with the idea that they are going forward going to print the heroes we know and love already in different modes, in different portions or time periods of their life, giving them different abilities, different strengths, using their card pool in a different way. They are going to put the heroes that you already care about center stage throughout the lifetime of Flesh and Blood. They're not going to necessarily need to just go, oh, here's a new hero, here's a new hero, here's a new... No, they can actually target different points on those heroes' timeline and in those stories and create a hero around that. And we saw it with Bravo Star of the Show, looking at the way his lore, kind of spins out within the lore book back there, and how we got Bravo Showstopper moving into Bravo Star of the Show, and we see it again here with Dorinthia, but sort of in reverse. We already have Dorinthia Iron Song. Now we're stepping backwards into Dorinthia Quicksilver Prodigy. They can really just go any direction and print a hero that you already know in a new light. And so this should give you excitement and encouragement, and like if you're like, man, I want Azalea to be better, like I want to see Kano and what Kano can do, or what is Katsu doing in his quest currently in his storyline, like what has he found, looking for, like, by the way, if you don't know, he's actually on a mission looking for like what could save his clan. If you want to know what's happening with those heroes and you want to see those heroes play differently with different effects, Legend Story Studios says that we are not afraid to show you a hero in a new light and what that could do for their playability, their card pool, and the meta overall. And so I'm very interested to see where this goes, because I do think that this is the starting point. Perhaps Bravo Star of the Show was the starting point, and this is reinforcing where Flesh and Blood is going. It is quintessentially a hero-centric card game. And this is proof of that, because here is Dorinthia in a brand new light, but part of her story that we didn't know before. It's about the heroes, and we're going to see that in a way that we just have never seen before in Classic Battles starter sets. I am super pumped for this. I think it's going to be a fantastic product, and it's going to be great for getting players into the game. If you enjoyed this product, if you're like super excited, let me know down in a comment below what you would like to see with this product, who you'd like to see going toe-to-toe. And if you enjoyed the video, you can always hit the button to make a number go to a number. We're getting close to 8,100. That'd be pretty fun. As always, everybody, thanks for watching.